Yo, this is Recap Raps. We're about to get you caught up on The Flash Seasons 1 and 2. It's gonna be fast, so try to keep up. Here we go!
To understand what I'm about to say, believe in the impossible. A nerdy little slugger becomes speedy and unstoppable. Overcomes a trauma that's so visceral and sad, man. It's like a melodrama just got physical with Batman. Only difference is the dad's alive in prison, framed for a murder that a yellow blur committed. Barry's taken in by Joe, one of CCPD's finest, and his finer daughter Iris. Barry loves her unrequited. Crazy storm from the particle accelerator. Barry struck by lightning and awakens 9 months later at a quaint and quirky lab where they've locked the front doors. From a young hot nerd. It's CW, of course. Wells, Kate, and Cisco, each a special kind of genius, building miracles of science, mainly just out of convenience. There you have it, Star Labs doing science with discretion. As we continue on, you may have a couple questions. Will Barry find his inner strength as superheroes do? Will Barry find and kill the man who's in the yellow suit? Will Barry finally say that he loves Iris? I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out over 22 more episodes.
An ordinary guy, forensic like CSI, and he's the fastest man alive.
That's Barry Allen.
Run so fast impossibly, no one else has got the speed.
That's why they call him the
Flash, not the only one affected by the Tempest. Man, the quantity of metas in this radius is endless. Faded vapor, electricity, and telepathic mammals. Well, some are simply psycho. More specifically, Mark Hamill. Central cities and a ton of shit on a weekly basis, which doesn't seem like fun. It is when Cisco gets to name it. You got Weather Wizard, Captain Cold, Heat Wave. I want to try Rainbow Raider. Really, dude? Well, I kind of like it. Not everyone turned evil, though. Some simply changed. Ronnie here got fire hands with Victor Garber's brain. He's a troubled meta-human and his life is full of sorrow. I could delve a little deeper, but I'll save it for tomorrow. Now, it ain't all superhero things and scientific gibberish. Real human stories about family and relationships. Barry making new friends, going out on dates, while secretly he's crushing on his own adopted sister. Wait, but his main objective is the yellow-suited villain. They race a couple times, and my god, he almost kills him. But with the help of Wells, they can beat him. Shouldn't be that hard. But Wells is from the future, and his real name is Eobard Thawne. Barry's opposite, an evil speed demon, aka Reverse Flash. Where's Cisco when you need him? Iris is around, she's mostly cavorting with some hot cop Eddie Thawne. Wow, that's important. Barry gets a chance to rewrite his family's history, which could result in death or a singularity. But he chooses not to do it, and he sees his mother die. What? I'm not crying, I have sadness in my eye. Barry fights with Thawne, but he needs a quick assist. So when he kills himself and Thawne ceases to exist, singularity, tornado, certain death is even closer. Barry gets up in it, then season's over. Will we find out where and when that silver helmet came from? Will the Barry Iris thing ironically bang on the same drum? Will we see more crossovers across the CW? All of this and more as we time jump to season 2.
An ordinary guy, forensic like CSI, and he's the fastest man alive.
That's Barry Allen.
Once he has impossibly super advanced technology,
Then he can become the
Flash saved the day, but at Firestorm's expense. All the citizens are grateful, only Caitlin is depressed. But Jay Garrick from another world is here to join the lot. Although no one wants to trust him, Caitlin helps him, cause he's hot. Putting differences aside, there's a bigger threat to fight with. Causing crisis on 2 words, you could call it True Earth Crisis. Simultaneous realities in parallel places, where their statuses are different, but they have the same faces. Jazzy Joe, Scaredy Barry, Kate shooting ice. Cisco has his powers, but he gives off Tushy vibes. There's a parallel Wells who is different from the rest, cause he's basically the same, so it's like he never left. While jumping across dimensions, they're still rescuing the city from a talking roided shark and anti-holiday
committee. There's a whole string of apps crossing Flash and Arrow's world.
You'd probably get less drama crossing Gossip Girl and Gilmore Girls.
Burn, but in spite of this,
A darker presence looms.
dimension hopping villain that is aptly known as So obviously evil with that voice and suit of gray. He's a murderer, a monster, and holy shit, it's Jay!
So-
Back at Star Labs, there is love inside the building. Wells and Weston Allen all have family reunions. For the time being, all is well and nothing's bad. So Zoom comes in the room and straight up murders Barry's dad. Time for the finale. A race should be enough. And Barry wins because
Time travel stuff.
everybody's safe, free the prisoner in the mask. It's an old-timey Flash with the face of Barry's dad. Sending Barry in a spin just as he was getting better. He and Iris talk about it, but they still don't get together. Barry runs back in time, stops Thaw and saves his mother. It's a Flashpoint paradox. Timeline, motherfuckers! That's everything that's happened on The Flash so far. Now you ready for Season 3? This is Recap Raps, and we'll see you next time.
That's why they call him the
Flashback.
No more sad boy in Flashpoint. Barry is loving his new world, living at home like a loser and creepily stalking that poor girl. Flash is now Wally, Cisco is ballin', everyone's life is cake. Then Barry loses memory, says I made a huge mistake. Yeah, reversing the death and returning to present where it's slightly different and that it's a bummer. Cisco is sad and Iris hates dad and Wellesley is back but he's dumber. Ain't no one fussing, it don't take too much to get everyone's butt back in gear though, cause that's what it's like when your job is to write friggin' 23 Fs in a year, bro. Since we veered, Caitlin's mind been chopped and screwed with, torn between being a genius and an angry AC unit. Malfoy's in the cast now when he blacks out, call him alchemy, and he uses the Philosopher's Stone in the biz, they call that synergy. They have many fling, even Joe dates again, man, those romances are ramping up, and Cisco's girl lives on Earth 19, a nerdier excuse than Canada. Crossover action when the alien factions come to the city and invade, and throwing an act where the Arrowverse cast can relive the past on Broadway. It wouldn't be Flash without trying to catch his speedster connected to Bear. He don't have metal bones, he just a Barry clone who don't put gel in his hair. And to stop the tragedy of Barry having an even worse do in the future, finding a dorkable physicist to build him a Speed Force bazooka. Get that alien jewel off the anthropomorphic shark. Then Freaky Friday switch, rip HR. Caitlin splits, kills Savitar. Mother manifests cause Speed Force needs a prisoner for reasons. And Barry's gotta go, so let's postpone that wedding till next season. Whew, this show goes off the rails, ain't no reason to hate it. Cause look deep inside, you still can't deny all the jobs that it created, yo. It's nothing but checks in the bank, yo. With talent agents and execs to thank. So, weld at the steel mill, do grocery bagging, while writers, props, and sound make that Speed Force bazooka happen. And oh, sure, that plot's got inconsistencies, but 23 Fs, yo, that's job security in an industry that's fickle, and jobs ain't guaranteed. But let's get back to the recap, cause that's what y'all wanna see. No more old Flash, just Kid Flash, and he don't have the same essence. Barry come back, his brain is all whack, like a beautiful mind that makes less sense. Crop dust to the bustle, the mad trick, a buttload of dark matter, and gave random people a grab bag of powers, at least none of them got any faster. Just stretchier, like Ralphie here, from where Gumshoe turned to Gum Dude. Cartoonishly quippy, cause that's what was missing, but that's what this show has come to. A fun day job for Jay and Silent Bob and Trejo to make cameos. And the Council of Wells just Kavanaugh, workshopping his one-man show. And oh, West Allen, that ship will be making its next stop. Though they have the same chemistry as a damp rag and a wet mop. They're not dry. No one objects, but with one small exception, Nazis appear from another dimension, a crossover win, and then Barry marries his sister. Yep. Let's turn to the real threat, that guy in the chair with the armrest. No need for speed, no leather, just tweet. That's writers taking a hard left. A casualty of the same catastrophe that turned him into human Google. His master plan is to make people stupid. Hold on, is that right? No, that's what he says. Okay. Barry framed for the murder of DeVoe, so he goes to the joint, buddies up with Goldberg and attempts a beard, but DeVoe's mind swaps into way hotter folks, and his wife got the best part of the bargain here. Meanwhile, Blacksmith didn't really practice her British accent. And now Barry's out running Flash Time Ralph like none of this happened. Full in Ralph's body, the planet's unfolding, need telekinesis to stop him. Incept Barry into Defoe, beat him up all while keeping that baby from popping. And talk about stress, but we're out of this mess. The evil is back in remission. Then West Allen's future kid in with the catchphrase, "This house is dead, Chad." Yeah, it's off the wall. This premise is insane. But with fun at its core and Teen Choice Awards, can anyone really complain? No. Set that sci-fi nonsense to the side and realize that you're witnessing the grind. Jesse L. Martin rots his Broadway chops to keep cash in his wallet. Tom Kavanaugh had added the odds, but his kid's gotta get through college. And stuntmen, editors, key grips, 80s people need employment. And why not take this wacky job where they get a little enjoyment? So air your grievances, write your tweets and blogs. As long as you keep watching, all these people keep their jobs. And that's not a bad thing. That was the Flash. This is Barry Allen, he was hit by lightning, now he's faster as a meta-human, saving Central City from disaster with the science people who work at the fancy laboratory, who are all attractive only to distract you from the story. His folks were ripped away. He fights crime. be facing different metas. Also, he is married to his sister. That's right, his sister. They're not technically related, but they both grew up together. Hot as they may be as grown adults, it doesn't make it better. They both went through puberty while living in the same abode and sharing the same father who was cool with this scenario and still respected as a lawman. Where's the common sense in that? And brainy nerds that start don't have the basic concept of a social norm. Anyway, the show is crazy stuff like human sharks and also plenty just allows to leave siblings to get freaking married. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the a-hole. Love is love, man. Who am I to discredit that? Well, it works for them, so.
Yeah, this is Recap Raps. It's 2020, baby, and we're coming out strong with hands down the best 5-part crossover primetime network television event of the decade, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Here we go. In the beginning, there was infinitude. Now it's holy crimson skies of death. Grayson, you said it, dude. The multiverse looks bleak. More than an act of God. Use Kryptonian parents' techniques. Stuff your baby in a pod. So Lila's the Heartbringer. Drops the crew on 38. Clark and Kara act with haste with their ability to commiserate. Mia, the time loop millennial, answers Arrow's call, while Brainiac is running around like Keanu Reeves on Adderall. Super Baby lands in a future where Ollie's even sadder. Then interdimensional dementors rise up out the antimatter. Battle it out with somersaults, LASIK, and batarangs. But this ain't no salmon ladder, y'all, cause Ollie can no longer hang. And Aragon 38 goes Alderaan, but Kara and Sarah are paragons, and they can't get rid of Kavanaugh. Pour one out for the queen. Here's to you, good looking. Now I'm gonna leave so Parallel Me can come and bring that hook in. Saving time and space and the whole human race sure looks crazy stressful, but none of that compares to the planning and the care and planning that production schedule. They squeezed in all those cameos, the Ram, Sweet, Ward, and Warhol. Basically all I'm trying to say is that's a whole lot of emails and phone calls. Earth 99, reanimated Wayne, decrepit digs and tight abs. Kryptonite, creepy trophy case, Kate whips up an order of fried bats. Ducky Luther's book tour is making a killing, but Powerless Welling's pining for a different small villain.
I'm chilling.
Superman returns, but it's just Ray with touch of gray. Prison Break just babysits while Inspector David Blaine goes to Earth 18. Laz Pitt and Sarah makes Jonah Hex. Ollie survived, but he's out of his mind like Frankenstein on P90X. The Paragon line up as a lover and a fighter, so they gotta find another guy to do more science. Final key to victory, a genius in the Ivy League of Brave by the chocolate they call him Brian. 90s Barry Allen off the antimatter cannon, Black Lightning helps out for a sec. Follow through on the prophecy when taking Younger Barry's speed and marathon training to death. Running with the devil sends them to the Chinese coast. Meet a stranger in the bushes and then Ollie just ghosts. Anti-M strikes, vanishing point, super seizure, then Lex. That's bonkers, yo. Now Parallel Me, get us hyped for what comes next. Some of these spots are some really deep cuts, like who remembers Birds of Prey. They move around production and then padded on the budget to get Lucifer for a day. It's hard enough to throw a birthday party when your friends have other plans. Producers gotta jump from flaming roofs to surface all the things. Way back in the day, a time travel mission flops, tragically causing a lost soul to grow out mutton chops. Ryan's castaway beard shows time has passed for the group. Then Ghost Ollie shows off his new power to boop. Visit all their episodes and cram in all the cameos. Wave at Ezra Miller real quick. Vacate Vancouver and redirect the universe by not letting Lex be a huge dick. Dawn of Time battle, but the main event is Spectre. Skyhole shed a single tear, and now he's even deader. Back to the grind. On the same Earth farm, you don't say. So John gets everyone up to speed, but in a creepy uncle way. Crisis still afoot, so says Spray Tan Kavanaugh's Fitbit. Then Bebo goes all stay puffed, Sarah Coldcocks, let's get lit. JK Anti-Monitor still thinks he anti-matters. Tube of science for Oliver, then minimize his stature. The multiverse is saved from Earth 2 to Earth Prime, and Earth 12, Earth 19, Earth 21, Earth 96, and Earth 9. Cameo! Several eulogies later, they're ready to fight the same fight with custom Etsy chairs and a great table for game night. Cage-free Easter egg, Super Friends in for a future fun. The Arrowverse keeps rolling, but this verse here is super done. That was all 5 parts of Crisis